After many years of being controlled by Conservatives, Central Beds Council now has an independent leader. Adam Zerny was officially elected to the post at a meeting last night. This is his reaction when the Conservatives lost control of the authority at the local elections.
I'm absolutely delighted for how well all these independents have done today. We're not a party. We are a network of independents who have worked really closely all the way through this election. All of them have put huge efforts into us, not just the ones that were elected today, but all the other ones as well. It's been an absolutely fantastic achievement for all of them. I'm so pleased to see the Greens have got a councillor, the first councillor on Central Beds. I wouldn't use the word deals, but I would say what we want to do is to make sure that all these people get together to get the best for the residents. I don't think any of the independents that have spoken to today had any doubt that it is the residents that got them elected that matter. What we need to think about is how we get this moving and get residents what they want. Time and time again, while we've been out there campaigning in recent weeks, we've heard the same complaints about the way this council's been run from residents. We want to go back to where we live, go back to the residents who represented us and understand what they want. So this isn't about political groups or parties. This is about the people who voted us in and getting what they deserve.
Mr. Zerny has been the councillor for Potham Ward since 2011. He joins me on the line now. Good morning to you, Adam.
Morning, Andy.
Congratulations on your appointment. What do you put your success down to?
Well, it's all of this. There's 26 independents that got elected, and I put the success down to the fact that they all got out there, they knocked on doors, and they made sure that people knew what they stood for in their community. So the credit is to the larger group, not to me.
You're the first group of independents in England to run a council. That's a massive responsibility, isn't it?
It's huge. Never happened anywhere before. First county or unitary authority anywhere in the country. It feels amazing, but what we've done here is a bit special. It should be straightforward. It should be what happens on every council. There's no reason for local authorities to have political councils. They should all be independents. We hope we're starting a bit of a trend here.
We're starting a bit of a trend. I mean, you're one of 27 independents, of which 26 are in the group. Was it easy to bring them all together, Adam?
Yeah, it was. Of course, half of us had already been councillors, so we'd worked together for at least 4 years, and the rest of them we'd worked really closely with during the whole process. So it's like I said on the clip then, we'd act as a network, we'd provided them with support, we'd allowed them to understand what being a councillor was going to be like. So, yeah, it was no surprise that we all came together.
You've not got enough councillors for full control, though, have you? Are you having to join up with other parties to run things?
We think it should be about consensus. So there's all this traditional stuff about the fact that you need a majority and you've got to have a bloc support. But our attitude is this should be about getting consensus across all groups. Ultimately, there will be times where we'll put stuff up at the council, we'll put votes forward, we'll put motions down, and we won't get the numbers. We'll lose. But that's right. That's what democracy is. So be it.
But can you be effective as a group, though, compared to an actual party running things? Or is it going to just be constant meetings where things just don't get passed and things don't happen?
So I know people that sit in parties and they tell me there are just as many divisions within parties as there are within independent groups. It's about keeping people together. It's about making sure that everyone plays their role, no one's excluded, and all 26 of us will be involved in this. Make no mistake about that.
We're moving on from that, if I may. We're expecting an announcement on East-West Rail. What's your stance on that?
Yeah, so I'm told. Clearly, it's going to bring big benefits for the area. There's going to be a lot of jobs. There's going to be the obvious stuff like being able to get better train links, being able to get to Cambridge and Oxford easier than before. I'm a little bit worried about the area where it will go through. Tempsford is an area that I represent, and I know the villagers there are very concerned about the proximity of the line to them. So I'm going to have mixed feelings on it, but clearly the link itself is going to be a positive thing. I look forward to the announcement, and I look forward to seeing what will actually happen.
Well, we also look forward to that announcement as well as East-West Rail, of course. You've got, the plans for a new dual carriageway linking the Black Cat roundabout in Bedfordshire and the Caxton Gibbet in Cambridgeshire. We were discussing that on the breakfast show yesterday as well. Are you in favour of this development?
Yeah, I think so. There were a lot of concerns raised further back down the line about where it would go through, the ecology of it, the impacts on people's lives, the nearby villages and so forth. I think they picked the right route. There's obviously always going to be some environmental impact with a route like that, but it will make a massive difference to people's lives and all those that use the A428 and the Black Cat every day. It will hopefully make a big difference. I suspect there are going to be further issues down the line because I've highlighted before that clearing up the Black Cat could potentially move the problem down to the roundabout at Sandy, but no doubt there'll be people who will be modelling this and looking to see what will happen next.
Other issues, of course, are the issues with special educational needs in central Bedfordshire as well. I mean, there was a lot of people involved with SEND in the audience last night, wasn't there? How do you plan to fix the problems with SEND?
Yeah, it was fantastic to see so many of them there. We as a group have campaigned really hard on this over the last 4 years. It means a huge amount to us. We're going to have a lot of questions to put to the council over the coming weeks. We need to know where the bodies are buried. We need to know what's going on with the finances. But there's going to be really big areas here that are going to need some resources, whether financial or human. And SEND is going to be massive on that list. But there's other areas as well. I mean, adult social care is going to be really important. We've highlighted issues with that in recent years. The Schools for the Future programme, changing the education system, none of this stuff comes cheap. So we're going to really have to sit down with the council's financial officers and understand the true picture.
Final question to you, Adam, and refinances, funny enough, the budget has been set for the year with council tax frozen. Will you be planning something similar for next year?
We actually pressed for a cut in council tax earlier on this year. One of the things that we proposed was a reduction in councillor allowances. So we felt the right thing to do was to set an example with that, and the whole of the new executive will be taking a cut of 1/3 in the council special responsibility allowances. That will cut 110,000 from the budget per year straight away. Now, it's going to be a drop in the ocean in many ways, but we're determined to keep council tax down. If we can make savings, we want to spend them on the things that are going to matter to people. Better roads, for example. But it's going to be a battle. It really will be.
Well, look, once again, I really appreciate your time. Congratulations on your appointment, and maybe we can talk again once we've got some answers on a lot of those subjects we've just we've hurtled through, be it East West Rail or the Black Cat Roundabout or the issues with special educational needs and the council tax. Well, I'd love to get you back on the show later today, Adam.